Hey guys, this is IJ Onuibo. I am a human rights advocate and a humanitarian. And I'm here today to talk about something that I think is very important to talk about. I saw a video. This video has been circulating. I don't know the name of this woman, but in this video, she was speaking in Igbo, my language in that video. But I'm speaking English here because I think the problem is a little wider. It concerns most of the Nigerian population. So this woman in this video, she was saying something very noble, condemning the pandemic of ritual killings and people trying to make money through rituals. And she spoke about the fact that it's not going to lead the Nigerian people anywhere, especially the Igbo people, where maybe it's more rampant. It's not going to lead us anywhere good. It's actually turned the community to fear for their lives. A lot of people are afraid to go home now because of things like that. Where I have a problem with what she said was, she now said something like, women, stop. A man will come to ask for your hand in marriage. You say, I don't want a mechanic. I don't want a what do you call it, a cleaner. Making it seem as though that the people going into ritual killings are doing so because women are rejecting mechanics and cleaners, or people in professions that does not look acceptable in this society. That made me very upset because that is a very wrong thinking. We have a problem of patriarchy in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Patriarchy where men look at women as less than. And I think it's even worse when a woman opens her mouth to also denigrate her own gender, maybe through ignorance of what she's saying or just self-hate. Okay? Africa today, especially Nigeria, is where it is because of men. You may not like what I have to say, but it's the truth. Yes, there has been a handful of women in politics, but majority of the years of Nigeria's independence, men have been in charge. And let's face it, they have run the country to the ground. Okay? So, for Nigerians, especially, a Nigerian woman to continue to perpetuate the evil that has kept that country where it is, I think is abhorrent. Let me not forget the point I want to make. I want it to be known, made clear, that ritual killings is not caused by a woman rejecting to marry a mechanic or a cleaner. Women have the right to choose. A woman has the right to choose. If a woman rejects a mechanic, then it means she doesn't want to marry a mechanic. The mechanic can just go and find another woman who will love him and marry him. You cannot force a woman to marry a mechanic, okay? And if this mechanic now goes to perform ritual killings to make money just so he can, get another woman, then it is his fault, not the woman's. Let's not even forget other factors that may contribute to a woman rejecting a mechanic. It is possible that the woman is not in the class of this mechanic. Some men like to go for someone that is above their level. But because of the Nigerian culture whereby they highly, highly disrespect women, no matter what a woman achieves in Nigeria, she is disrespected. They say, you only have respect under a man, on being a wife. And because of that, Nigerian men, most of them, not all of them, but most of them, especially the hugely uneducated population of the Nigerian people, they feel like because it's a patriarchal society, they have a right over any woman, regardless of her level in life. I'm sorry, but I have to break it to you. You are not entitled to any woman that you want to get. You have to earn her. Okay? A woman has rights. A woman have choices. Okay? I want to marry Barack Obama, but I'm most likely not in his level. If he rejects me, am I gonna go kill somebody so I could get money to impress him? It's not gonna work. I want this woman that is what's the word? For lack of a better word, parroting this ideology that her fellow woman does not have a right to reject a mechanic. And let me set it straight. Nothing is wrong with a mechanic. Mechanic is a noble profession. I respect every person working hard, honestly, to make a living. Every profession is respectable and noble because it is needed. That's a fact, and I respect that. But I also know that humans have the right to choose what makes them happy. A man has a right to choose who he wants, and a woman has a right to choose who she wants. If she aspires to be married to a doctor, so be it. She should go for what she wants because she has free will and choice given to her by God. A woman has rights. Let me say this. Nigeria, the number one reason the country is in a big mess, the country is retrogressive, the politics is nothing to write home about, is your repression and oppression and disrespect of the female gender. That is why you have remained underdeveloped. Most of the men that have been in leadership, they don't know better. And they won't allow the women who may know better to bring their ideas to the table. They are not respected. Your president Buhari says his wife, how did he put it? It belongs in the kitchen and in the other room. Can you imagine? And again, it's important to mention that your idea of raising children in Nigeria, whereby you leave all the responsibility of raising your children to the woman only, also has a big part in the dysfunction called Nigeria today. Okay? I mean, there is so much to say about this issue, which cannot fit, or I can't fit it all in this video. But I want to make it clear that woman needs to learn something. I don't know if your son is a mechanic and was rejected by a woman. That is no reason for you to come out and be spewing nonsense that can, destroy the thinking of the female population in that country. What you are saying is going to make those that listen to you, young women that listen to you, is going to make them feel like, oh, they must marry any man that comes to marry them. But you are a grown-up. You're a grown woman. You should know that that is a wrong ideology. You have to discern. It has nothing to do with being a mechanic. Okay, maybe because Nigerians, they like lawyers and doctors, but whose fault is that? The Nigerians, the culture that does not respect any other profession except all those, popular ones. Nigerians have to begin to respect each person, respect professions, and respect individual rights. You have to separate it all. Understand that a woman has the right to choose who she wants to marry and what kind of profession she would like that person to be in. It is her right, her choice. And the more you continue to try to brainwash them to think otherwise, the more dysfunction you would have in that country. Because guess what? The society's condition, overall society condition, stems from upbringing, culture, from the family unit. What are you teaching them? They grow up and keep thinking like that. If you go on social media now, they talk about anything about a woman having a choice. Or you hear all these unenlightened young men talk about, or when somebody says women, you don't have to be desperate for marriage. You can build yourself or build a career and, be independent. You hear this unenlightened, uneducated young men talking about why would you even suggest that a woman shouldn't want to marry and be under a man? Newsflash, everybody is not created to be married. Everybody is not created to be married. And because your culture in Nigeria forces everybody to be married, that is one of the reasons the country is suffering. Have you seen the magnitude of domestic violence and marriage corruption and all kinds of things happening? And all of these things, you may think, oh, it only affects individuals. No, but it affects the society as a whole in one way or the other, in politics, in economy. Because one individual to two individuals to three individuals, suffering all this dysfunction affects their community. It removes them from being positive contributors to the society. So when most people are suffering because of all this dysfunctional culture and ideology, the less sane and mentally healthy people you have to function right. And have you also noticed that the major narratives dominating the Nigerian society, dominating their national discourse, it's a lot of marriage dysfunction. Your culture have trained the Nigerian people, young people, to think that their highest aspiration in life is marriage. Marry, grow up, build a mansion, marry, have children. What about building the society, building generational companies that can sustain the economy, that can create jobs, and provide employment to graduates coming out of school? Who is thinking about things like that? Who is thinking about innovation that can sustain the country economically? If everybody thinks about, oh, I want to marry, a man will say, it's time for me to get a wife, have children, And most of the Nigerian society survive on buying and selling. There are no manufacturing companies, production companies. The few you may have are moms and pops production here and there. Nigerians, wake up. Wake up. There is so much to be done. But most of you dwell on frivolous nonsense. Frivolous nonsense. To conclude the point I'm trying to make here, whoever this lady is, a lot of you may know her because that video has, gone viral, passing around. You have to stop. You have to stop making young girls feel that they have no right to choose who they want to marry. You must stop. You are stifling their destiny when you do that. You have to let people, both male, female, exercise their rights to choose. If you don't like it, tough, get over it. And then one more thing I want to, oh my gosh, it's 21 minutes. One more thing I want to add to this is, it's now like, oh my gosh, these young people are all over the social media trying to advise all single women that are not married yet, especially if they are at a certain age, to go and get pregnant and have children. Please, stop it! Stop it! That is so... How can you say that? Make such general statements. Okay? It is wrong to say that because, again, it's not everybody that is created to have children. Everybody have a purpose. Being single and being child-free is okay. When you tell every single woman out there a certain age to better go and get yourself a child that will take care of you in your old age, there's so many things wrong with that. Number one, are you the one that will raise that child for her? Assuming she doesn't have a stable job, any money, are you the one that will pay the child's way, raise the child, or somebody that is mentally unstable? Are you the one that will raise that child? Not everybody is supposed to have children. Okay? And there is another point. So don't you look very stupid and foolish when you sit there and tell women, oh, if you're a certain age, better go and get pregnant and have your children. So you have children to take care of you when you're old. Okay, the second point is, if you are having children so that they can take care of you when you are old, you are not having children. You are having slaves. You are supposed to provide for your children. The good book, the Bible says that a wise man leaves inheritance to his children. If you're going to leave inheritance to them, why would you now be thinking, oh, for them to take care of you in your old age? You are supposed to take care of them. Remember, when you have children, your children will also have their own families. So are you expecting that they will leave their own family and come back and take care of you? You are supposed to provide for your own old age. It's called hiring paid help, hiring paid caregivers. See, this dysfunction it reaches, to all nooks and crannies and every level of society. Okay? Because the expectation that your child is supposed to take care of you is also a reason why, I don't know about other cultures in Nigeria society, but my culture, Igbo, you hear of where a man will pass away and his family will throw his wife away and refuse his wife and children to inherit their father's property, because the family feel like they own this man. No, you don't own. You don't own this person. Again, the good book, the Bible says that a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they will become one. Once a man marries, he has formed his own family. You as his parents are now secondary to him. His family is primary, and they come first. Please understand this and start changing this in Nigeria for your own goods, for your own good. Start changing the culture, because it's going to totally changing the culture. Better thinking will transform that country. The problem is not the corruption in government and among the individual citizens. The corruption is a symptom of bad culture, negative cultural conditionings. That's the problem. That's what's giving birth to the atrocities in the society, to the bad government, corruption in government and workplaces. That's it for now.